Will the Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee meeting of August 4th, 2026 come to order? It is 1:33 p.m. I'm your chair, Colin Batungan. Members, in accordance with the Sunshine Law, please identify by name who, if anyone, is in the room, vehicle, or workspace with you today. Minors do not need to be identified. Committee Vice Chair Nohelani Ubuhan.
Do I just talk like this? Everybody can hear? All right. Hello, everyone. I'm here.
Councilmember Tom Cook.
Hello, Chair. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Councilmember Gabe Johnson.
Good afternoon, Chair, council members, community members. There's no testifiers here at the Lanai District Office, so I'm alone on my side of the office. And just to let you guys know, it's a little hard to hear and there's a little echoey, so maybe the mic a little closer might help us. Thank you.
Thank you for that feedback, Member Johnson. So where is the mic?
Share the mic is, I'm not sure if we're able to move it, but it's on so
I see. Okay, so members in the conference room, project and towards it that way. Council Chair Alice.
Share your voice.
From my home office where no one's here except me, Hujambo from Kenya.
Ujambo, Chair Lee. Councilmember Tamara Paulton.
Aloha Winala, streaming live and direct from the Finance Department conference room. Was that loud enough, Gage?
Thank you. Councilmember Keani Rollins Fernandez.
Not here yet.
I swear I saw her blog. Okay. We'll
Aloha,
have her
I'm
excuse.
in a public space. Aloha,
Um,
Winala, Chair. I'm in a public space making my way to the county building. There are no testifiers at the Mulukai District Office. Mahalo.
Aloha, Wina La. We'll see you soon. Councilmember Shane Senensi is excused. Councilmember Yuki Lei Sugimura.
I am in my private meeting space and there's nobody here with me. Looking forward to an interesting meeting.
Thank you. Okay, so from Corporation Counsel, we have with us Deputy Corporation Counsel Bill Berry. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, council members.
We have Deputy Corporation Counsel Pasquale. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We have with us Deputy Corporation Counsel Colby for his fourth final meeting with this committee. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And do we have anybody else from Corporation Counsel? Hoke, H-O-K-E. Thank you. Good afternoon. Okay. We also have with us here the Engineering Division Chief Kyle Ginoza from Public Works.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. And we will have with us at some point Deputy Chief of Police Wade Maeda. We also have with us our great committee staff. Good afternoon, everybody. Please see the last page of the agenda for information on meeting connectivity. Members, we have before us Resolution 26-128, which would authorize settlement for the claim filed on November 19, 2024, alleging that streetlights owned by Hawaiian Electric Company, Inc. and Maui Electric Company, Limited, and operated on the county's behalf are a threat to the survival and recovery of 3 critically imperiled seabirds protected under the Federal Endangered Species Act. Before we take public testimony, can I please receive opening comments from Deputy Corporation Counsel Bill Berry and Engineering Division Chief Ginoza.
Thank you, Chair. I will keep it brief since we have been here before to discuss this case with you. I'm sure everybody's familiar with it. So what I'll do is just give you a quick status. We are through discovery in the case. It has been completed. Expert deadlines have been completed. We've been through some motions practice in the litigation. Both parties sought to have the case decided summarily in their favor, and the judge denied both parties' motions and had set the case for trial. We were scheduled to go to trial on June 1st. Plaintiff's counsel asked for a continuance of the trial, which no one objected to. And so now the status is there is no trial date. We will be at some point here in the not too distant future having a trial setting conference with the judge and the parties, and we're anticipating the trial will get scheduled for maybe February or March or as late as April of next year. So in the interim, all pre-trial deadlines have passed and we're just kind of on hold. But that has not stopped the parties from having settlement discussions, which is why I am here today. And I will be talking to you, requesting an executive session to tell you what our settlement strategy is and our trial strategy in the, I think, the more likely event we have to go to trial on this case. Other than that, I'm happy to answer any questions in open session.
Thank you very much. Does the Department of Public Works have any comments at this time?
No further comments here.
Thank you. Before moving on to discussion, I'll receive testimony for this item, grade 1131. And we'll start off by reading the testifier guidelines. Testifiers wanting to provide testimony should sign up in the lobby, join the online meeting via the Teams link, or call into the phone number noted on today's agenda. Written testimony is encouraged and can be submitted via the e-comment link at mauicounty.us/agendas as well. Under the Sunshine Law, the chair will receive oral testimony for agenda items as the item is called up. For individuals wishing to testify via Teams, please raise your hand by clicking on the raise your hand button. If calling in, please follow the prompts via phone, *5 to raise and lower your hand, *6 to mute and unmute. Staff will add names to the testifier list in the order testifiers sign up or raise their hands. For those on Teams, staff will lower your hand once your name is added. Staff will then call the name you're logged in under or the last 4 digits of your phone number when it is your time to testify. At that time, staff will also enable your microphones and video. Please ensure your name appears in Microsoft Teams as the name you prefer to be referred to, or as anonymous if you wish to testify anonymously. If you're in person, please notify staff that you would like to testify anonymously. Otherwise, please state your name for the record at the beginning of your testimony. Oral testimony is limited to 3 minutes per item. If you're still testifying beyond that time, I will kindly ask you to complete your testimony. Once you're done testifying, or if you do not wish to testify, you can also view the meeting on Akapu Channel 53, Facebook Live, or mauicounty.us/agendas. We will do our best to take each person up in an orderly fashion. We'll now call on testifiers wishing to testify on this item. Staff, please call the first testifier. Staff, do we have anybody signed up to testify?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we do have one individual signed up to testify with the last 4 digits, 4945.
Okay.
And for them to unmute, they would just have to press *6.
Okay. Please go ahead. You have 3 minutes.
Oh, I get a whole 3 minutes? Oh, wow, man. Okay, hold on. You ready, set, go. Probably won't need the whole 3 minutes, but since you guys have taken the lawyers have taken my regular testimony at a lot of the other meetings, maybe I'll just take my time with this testimony. It's Jesse Law, calling from an undisclosed location in Kahului. And there's one adult here with me in the room, and no police officers and no lawyers in the room. I appreciate Mr. David Rotz, Director of OCS, letting me know that there's a meeting today because I have no other availability to let, I'm an interested citizen in the legislative government of Maui, and very disappointed in your other government officials that are supposed to get the public involved in stuff like this. And for example, I would say, why is there no testimony? Get mine. And why is it, why do I gotta grumble? I wish I could say something good. I was glad to hear that this, I think Pasquale is a guy. I didn't say the first, I don't know if it's the first name or last name. And I know who you talk about when you say Bill Barry. And I know who you're talking about when you say Tom Colby. I thought they were like friends, but I guess there's not really such a thing in government. So, hi, lawyer guys. And that's I think there's some good women lawyers in there, but I'm not sure if I've met any of them. The only ones I've met are the ones that are seem like I'll have to sink my boat, Abby Hokie and Susan Leader. And I'm wondering how many court counsel people, how many people work in that department, and how who does the hiring? So I'm not going to stick around for all the meeting because I know you guys go into executive session. And yeah, I'm watching the time. I'm going to 2:10. Let me know when the buzz, and I'll let you know if I hear the bell or whatever you guys got going on there. Deputy Chief Maeda, hope you're getting my letters. I'm trying to write as fast as I can, but they're dropping charges and papers on me as fast as they can. So it's kind of unfair to have a bunch of lawyers getting paid to try to think a person trying to find a job and not get paid. So, and I heard Bill Berry say the judge. I'm wondering who the person getting paid to be the judge is. In conclusion, I'm on the seabird side. Quit killing the seabirds. Aloha.
Thank you. Members, any clarifying questions for the testifier? Seeing none, staff, can you please call the next testifier?
Thank you, Chair. That's currently all the testifiers we have signed up for this item. If anyone would like to testify, please come up to please sign up in the lobby or raise your hand on Teams. If you would like to testify, the countdown is 3, 2, 1. Seeing none, Chair, no one has indicated that they wish to testify.
Members, seeing as there are no more individuals wishing to testify without objection, I will now close oral testimony for this item.
No objections.
Thank you. As a reminder, written testimony will continue to be accepted. For discussion, Chair will implement a 3-minute questioning period per member with a 1-minute follow-up round if needed. And then after that, we can go into executive session. Does anybody have any questions for open session? Member Paulton.
Just what was the reason that we need to go into executive session? It's to consult with the lawyer.
Correct. Did you want to? You had given some remarks in your opening.
Yes. Notwithstanding the case kind of being on hold until we get a new trial date, we have been engaged in settlement discussions with the plaintiffs and with HECO, who is a co-defendant in this case, HECO and MECO, Hawaiian Electric Company and Kent Valley Electric Company, Ltd. And so we have had some discussions about an interim agreement pending the trial date to avoid some additional complications in this case, which
settlement.
Yeah, which I will discuss in executive session again. And then we're also looking at potentially, but I think less likely, continuing discussions and hopefully a comprehensive settlement of the entire case, which I believe is possible, but it's going to require some strategy, and that's what I'll be discussing with you in executive session.
Okay.
Does anybody else have questions for open session? Member Cook.
This case was filed in 2024.
That is correct.
And the thumbnail sketch, like it seems like it's been a long time. Have there been trial in between, or has it just been negotiation between the attorneys and things?
Well, we've had a lot of discovery, which, as you know, is gathering and exchanging of information. A lot of time has been spent on experts. And there was a motion to what they call the Daubert motion that we filed, Maui County filed, to have the judge examine the plaintiff's experts regarding their methodologies to determine whether he was going to allow them to testify at trial based on the reliability. And the judge has determined that he will allow the plaintiff's experts to testify at trial. That took a little bit of time. And then again, as I indicated earlier, there were dispositive motions. Both sides filed motions for summary judgment to try to get the case. Well, we were trying to get the case dismissed. Plaintiffs were trying to get a judgment in their favor. And the judge determined there were too many disputed issues of fact and that the case needs to go to trial. So that took up pretty much most of 2026, 2025. That would be taxing my memory a little bit, but most of that would have been doing the discovery and getting the experts together. We have our own experts as well. And 2 years, it is a long time, but it's pretty typical.
Another clarifying question. Who pays for these experts during the time? Like, is there money being spent by all parties during this time frame? Besides,
each party pays their own experts.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Member Cook. Any other questions for open session at this time? Seeing none. Just making sure, seeing none. Okay. Chair will entertain a motion to convene an executive meeting in accordance with Section 92-5A4 Hawaii Rise statutes to consult with legal counsel on questions and issues pertaining to the powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities of the county, the council, and the committee. And Section 92-5A8 Hawaii Rise statutes to deliberate or make a decision upon a matter that requires the consideration of information that must be kept confidential pursuant to a state or federal law or a court order.
So
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion made by member Uhajan, seconded by member Cook, to enter into executive session for resolution 26-128. Any discussion on the matter? And then just for the record, we need an affirmative vote of 2/3 of the voting members present in order for this to pass. Any additional question or discussion on the matter? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor, please raise your hands and say aye.
Aye.
Chair, I see 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excused, member Sinensi, motion passes.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, for the record, the following personnel will be attending the executive session meeting. All council members in attendance, that's myself, committee chair, Colin Batunga, committee vice chair, Nohelani Uhajan, committee or council member Tom Cook, council member Gabe Johnson, council chair Alice Lee, council member Tamara Paulton, council member Keani Rollins Fernandez, and council member Yukile Sugimura. From Office of Council Services staff, we have Peter Hanano, legislative attorney, Maria Leon, committee secretary, and Josh Eddington, whose title is legislative analyst. Thank you. May I please ask Corporation Counsel to state who from the Department of Corporation Counsel will be in executive session with us and their titles, please.
Tom Colby will be advising the great committee in open session. Brian Bilberry will be in attendance, as well as Abby Hoke, Deputy Corporation Abby Hoke. And we would ask for Mr. Guinoza to be in the room as well.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else on missing staff? Okay. So at this time, Chair would like to call for a 8-minute recess till 2:00. We will convene in an executive meeting. Thank you.
Go.
Members, it is 3:17 PM. Will the Great Committee meeting please come back to order in open session? Members, we're just in executive session to discuss resolution 26-128. Mr. Hanano, can you please confirm under section 92-4 that we did not discuss anything that we were not supposed to in executive session, and then provide a summary of what we did discuss?
Yes, thank you, Chair. The Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee met in executive session on Resolution 26-128, discussed with its attorney, settlement efforts on case strategies, strengths and weaknesses of the case, including possible defenses, as well as issues related to the company's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Hanano. So at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to recommend adoption of resolution 26-128, including any non-substantive revisions. We will be authorizing settlement under the terms discussed in executive session.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I'll recognize Chair Lee and then the second from the Vice Chair. Or Committee Vice Chair.
So moved.
Any discussion on the matter?
Nope.
None.
Okay, seeing none, staff, can I ask you, or I'll call for the question. All in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
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 Chair, I'm seeing 7 ayes, 0 noes, 2 excused members, Rollins, Fernandez, and Sinetsky. Motion passes.
Thank you. All right, members, we now have before us resolution 2681. Thank you, Mr. Bilberry.
Hey, thank you, folks.
We have before us resolution 2681, which would approve settlement of Charlotte Martin versus County of Maui et al. Civil 2 CCV-24-0000903, filed on September 26, 2024, alleging negligence arising from an incident between Martin and a vehicle driven by MPD officer Mitchell Navarro on February 5th, 2023 at Kipaniwai Park. At this time, can I please have opening comments from Deputy Corporation Counsel Pasquale, and we have from the Maui Police Department, not Deputy Chief Maeda, but Assistant Chief Brian Manlapao. Mr. Pasquale.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chair Batangan, Vice Chair Hudgens, and members of the Great Committee. The Martin versus County of Maui matter involves a lawsuit filed by Charlotte Martin for injuries that she suffered in a motor vehicle versus pedestrian incident that occurred within the parking lot of Kipaniwai Park on February 5, 2023. As a result of the incident, plaintiff suffered crush injuries to her left foot and ankle, and she also claims that she suffered a torn meniscus in her left knee, which resulted in surgery. In addition to her physical injuries, plaintiff is claiming special damages for her past and future medical expenses, as well as assistance with daily activities. Plaintiff is also claiming general damages for past and future pain, suffering, and emotional distress. Trial was originally set in this case for June 8, 2026. Plaintiff filed a motion for summary judgment on the issue of negligence. The court denied that motion. Before we went to trial, before the scheduled trial date, we had a settlement conference with Judge Drewer on April 23rd, 2026. At that time, the judge ordered the parties to enter into mediation. As a result, a mediation with Keith Hunter of Dispute Prevention Resolution is scheduled for August 10th, 2026 at 9 a.m., which is less than a week from today. Also, because of the judge ordering us into mediation, the trial was continued and is now set for June 21, 2027. I'll be happy to answer, because this case involves ongoing litigation, I'm requesting the opportunity to convene an executive meeting to discuss the questions and issues pertaining to the powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities of the county, as well as settlement-related matters. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have in open session.
Thank you. Does the MPD have any opening remarks that they want to offer at this time?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so before we get into discussion, let's take testimony for this item, grade 1128. Staff, is there anybody signed up to testify at this time?
Chair, it does look like we have one individual who would like to testify with calling in from the last four digits, 4945.
Okay. Sir, you have 3 minutes. Staff, has he been promoted on our end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we can hear you.
Aloha,
Please proceed.
Luna Ho'omolu Patangan, and council. I think council's there. So I'd like to comment on the procedure of this remote testimony. I know I said I wasn't going to come on there, but then I changed my mind because I'm interested in anything that Maui Police Department does. So when you guys go into executive session, somebody that's getting on the if we don't have a visual, I don't know what they're showing on the computer screen because I have a touch-tone phone, a cell phone that I'm speaking on, and there's just silence. There's no, I mean, it tells you that you're joining the meeting, but if you're not paying attention, just sitting there monitoring, there's no music or anything like that to let you know what's going on. So I would recommend like periodic statements from the computerized voice saying that you're still in executive session, maybe every 15 minutes or so. But if you're patient, you can get through. And so it's kind of tricky. I don't know any of the, so speaking of Maui Police Department, it's kind of tricky when testifying against, Officer Chief Bryan, Assistant Chief Bryan, not against. But it's hard to, I have no information at all other than what you just said. I appreciate the short narrative about the girl that got hurt at Cape Honeyville Park. I was not a witness there or anything, but I'm sure you got like, I think they probably have the cameras on the cruiser. I don't know if that's included in the press packet there. I would hope that anybody who wasn't banned from the building by the Corp Council and the County Clerk's Office would have access to the information there in the OCS office. And I would like to speak up for anybody that does not have access to computers and would be arrested if they tried to enter the building to look at the information. So I'm going to have to go ahead and lean on the side of the plaintiff, Charlotte Martin, because I don't trust the government people too much anymore. Aloha.
Testifier. Seeing none, staff, is there anybody else wishing to testify at this time?
Thank you, Chair. That's the last individual signed up to testify. Would you like to do the last one?
Yes, please.
Okay. If anyone in the audience or on Teams would like to testify, please come up to the mic and begin your testimony, or use the raise your hand function on Teams and staff will unmute you. Here's a brief countdown. 3, 2, 1. Seeing none, Chair, no one has indicated that they wish to testify.
Members, seeing there is no more individuals wishing to testify, without objection, I will now close oral testimony for this item.
No objections.
Thank you, members. As a reminder, written testimony will continue to be accepted. Does anybody have any questions for MPD or Corporation Counsel in open session? Member Paul.
Thank you. In the past, I thought that we received police reports on these types of incidents. Was a police report made?
There was a police report.
Is it like confidential?
Not that I'm aware of. I wasn't aware of the past practice of attaching police reports.
Oh, okay. Sometimes it tells us, like, was the individual on a sidewalk, or if they got right foot, left foot, those types of details. Could you provide us like police report types of details in the open session?
Sure. So basically, the officer Mitchell Navarro was on duty. He was on patrol. He was driving a police cruiser. Well, actually, let me take that back. He was driving a police SUV. I'm not sure if that's different from a cruiser.
Was it marked? Marked. Okay.
It was marked, yes. And he was on patrol in the EL Park area. And he had entered Kapanawai Park from the top and was rolling down at a fairly, he was literally just rolling down at a slower rate of speed. He saw a group of people to the left near the curb by where the grassy area is. And then on the right was a car that was parked along the side of the road. And this road curves a little. And so as he's making his way into the park, he's looking at the right side of his vehicle to make sure it doesn't hit the car that's parked on the right side. Then all of a sudden he feels a jolt or an impact. He stops the car, gets out, looks, and went inside and realized that it was Charlie Martin.
Is it a compound fracture?
No.
Oh.
He immediately went out to provide Miss Martin with comfort, to comfort her until the ambulance arrived.
He called 911, or he called this number.
He might have instructed someone to call 911. Now, Miss Martin was within a group of people that was on the side. She was there with her teen daughter and their dog. And another man had approached with a similar type dog. And so Miss Martin had asked if she could have the two dogs to take a picture of both dogs together. In the process of taking the picture is when she took a step backward, and that's when the collision occurred.
So was it the toe side or the heel side?
It was the heel side.
Oh.
Side of the foot.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, members. Any other questions for open session? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to go into executive session. Moved by member Cook, seconded by member Sugimura. Any discussion on the motion before us?
No.
That being the case, I'll call for the question. All in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Sure, that's 7 ayes, 0 noes to excuse. Members Rollins, Fernandez, and Sinetsi. Motion passes.
Oh, thank you. So members, let me get to my executive session page now. I was supposed to read what sections of the HRS we're going to go into executive session for. So we're going into executive session in accordance with HRS section 92-5A4, Hawaii by statutes to consult with legal counsel on questions and issues pertaining to power, duties, and privileges and immunities and liabilities of the county council and committee, and section 92-5AA, Hawaii by statutes to deliberate or make a decision upon a matter that requires the consideration of information that must be kept confidential pursuant to a state or federal law or a court order. Now that votes. Okay, so I will now call for a recess. It's 3:31. I'll give us 5 minutes. Oh, no, did I skip the thing?
Yeah,
I'm supposed to call who's supposed to be in?
5 people in the executive session.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, so for the record, the following personnel will be in the executive session meeting: myself, Committee Chair Colin Batungan, Committee Vice Chair Nohelani Hodgins, Councilmember Tom Cook, Councilmember Gabe Johnson, Council Chair Alice Lee, Councilmember Tamara Paulton, and Councilmember Yuki Lei Sugimura. From Office of Council Services, we have Peter Panano, Legislative Attorney, Maria Leon, Committee Secretary, and is Josh still here with us? Yeah. Okay, Josh Eddington, Legislative Analyst. Corporation Counsel, can I please ask you to state who from your department will be with us?
Yeah, for the county's corporation counsel, the deputy corporations counsel, Tom Colby, Glenn Pasquale, and Abby Hope.
And then from MPD, we have Assistant Chief Brian Malapam. Anybody else that needs to be in the executive session? Okay. At this time, I will call for a 5-minute recess so that we can get situated. We will reconvene in executive session at 3:37 p.m. Well, thank you, members. We are now back in open session. We just deliberated resolution 2681. Mr. Hanano, can you please give the report pursuant to HRS 92-4?
Yes, Chair. The Government Relations, Ethics and Transparency Committee met in executive session on resolution 26-81 to discuss with its attorney case assessment, including strengths and weaknesses of the case, damages alleged, settlement efforts to date, and advice relating to the county's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, liabilities, and responsibilities.
Thank you very much. I'd like to now entertain a motion. We have an echo. Testing. Okay, we got it resolved. Thank you to whoever turned off their mic. So I'd now like to entertain a motion to recommend adoption of resolution 2681, including any non-substantive revisions. Okay, moved by Vice Chair Uhajan, seconded by Member Cook. Any discussion on the matter? Okay, I do see Member Rollins Fernandez. Okay, she is not in the room, so she will not count towards this vote. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, nay.
Chair, you have 7 ayes, 0 noes to excuse members Rollins, Fernandez, and Sinetsi. Motion passes.
Thank you. All right, members, we have one more item before us, and it is time sensitive. So we do need at least a quorum to stay with us until we can get through this one. It's resolution 26-122, which would approve settlement of I can't announce this. It's resolution 26-122, filed on August 21st. The case was filed on August 21st, 2024, alleging negligence arising from a September 19, 2022 incident on Wailea Alanui Drive involving a county vehicle and the plaintiff on a bicycle. Deputy Corporation Counsel, would you like to give opening remarks?
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, Chair Batangan, Vice Chair Uhajan, and members of the Great Committee. This matter involves an incident that occurred on Wailea Alanui Drive and Wailea Beach Access Road. A Department of Parks and Recreation vehicle driven by Parks Recreation Technician Lane Bellin, who's also a defendant in this case, was coming out of Wailea Beach Access Road, intending to make a right turn onto Wailea Alanui Drive. There was a Mark Hinman in her vehicle who had just started work with the Parks and Recreation, and she was showing him the different facilities that the parks cover in South Maui. At about the same time, Bao Nok Tran, also known as Nina Tran, was riding a bicycle that she obtained from her hotel, the Fairmont Kealani. She was operating the bicycle on the sidewalk against traffic. She was driving on the left side of the road. As Bellin was about to make her right turn, she was looking to the left, saw that the way was clear, and was accelerating forward. And all of a sudden, there was a collision with the bicycle. As a result of the collision, Ms. Tran alleges that she suffered injuries to her left ankle and left leg, which resulted in scarring and discomfort. This matter is currently set for trial on September 14, 2026. The plaintiff and the county will be participating in a settlement conference with Judge Drewer on August 6, 2026. Because this case involves ongoing litigation, I'm requesting the opportunity to convene an executive meeting to discuss questions and issues pertaining to the powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities of the county, as well as settlement-related matters.
Thank you. Any opening remarks from Parks Director?
Okay, thank you, Bob. Yes, basically, I'm here to explain that our employee, Ms. Bellin, was performing her duties at the time, showing a new employee very sparks when this unfortunate incident occurred.
So, thank you very much. Members, any questions for the administration? Oh, wait. I gotta take testimony. I'll receive opening testimony on this item. It's grade 1132.
Thank you, Chair. There is one individual signed up to testify, signed in with the last four digits, 4945. And he's currently unmuted on our end.
Mr. Law, you have 3 minutes. Please keep your testimony germane to the item before us.
Aloha. Luna Ha'omalu Batangan. It's Jesse Law again. Aloha Avakea.
Aloha Vakia, please provide your testimony.
Yeah, just reminded of Ricky Hokama. That's how long I've been coming to the meetings. I was probably there. I don't know how old you are, but you was probably just a little boy when I started going to meetings. And Mr. Hokama was real tough on Kelly employees and accidents like this one. I mean, he was real tough. He was almost as tough as the person that got paid to be the judge to put me away over there in the restraining order case with the county clerk's office. So, having said that, I really like the Parks Department, and I don't want any. I'm not sure if the policies are still in place where there's like no mercy given, and one striking you're out. But seeing as how Mr. McCall is doing such a good job, and he's having hard times recruiting people for the department for reasons I'll leave blank right now. And I really, really do like bicycles. And so a couple of questions, you'll probably ask the questions if you go into executive session is, I heard the lawyer say she was on the sidewalk, but then the lawyer turned around and said, driving on the left side of the road. So were they on the sidewalk or were they on the road? And then it leads to the question of, is riding a bicycle on the sidewalk prohibited in that area? Like I said, I really like bicycles, and I always, I'm always walking down the road. I just got a bicycle, and sometimes I won't admit it with the lawyers there. I was going to say I break the law. It's you just got to watch that. I'm pretty sure most of the drivers on Maui they're not used to bicycles. So I'm going to have to lean on the side of the person riding a bicycle. And then at the same time, I'm going to say, just tell the person driving the county vehicle to just be more careful from now on and just go ahead and pay the lady and get it over with. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions for the testifier? Seeing none, staff, is there anybody else wishing to testify in this item?
Sure, that's all the individuals that wish to testify. Would you like me to do the last call?
Yes, please.
This is the last call for oral testimony. If anyone in the audience or on Teams would like to testify, please come up to the mic and begin your testimony, or use the raise your hand function on Teams and staff will unmute you. Here's a brief countdown. 3, 2, 1. Seeing none, Chair, no one has indicated that they wish to testify.
Members, any objection to closing oral testimony on this item?
No objections.
As a reminder, written testimony will continue to be accepted. Staff, there's a fair chance. So I'd like to entertain a motion to go into executive session. Members, there's a fair chance that we have to work past our normal 4:30 working hours. So if you have a hard stop, my recommendation would be to not go into the executive session with us, because going in and out will require us to take recess on the matter. Is there anybody who will not be joining us in the executive session? Member Sugimura. Okay. I just needed to know for when we do the roll call. Okay. Member Brown's friend.
Yeah, so she's not in person. So it's hard because when you're not in executive session, you don't get to hear what is being said. So I don't regret not being in and then asking to take a quick recess, because otherwise the members won't have that opportunity to hear at least what we will be voting on when it gets to full council.
I'm okay with her staying and just clicking off what you gotta click off
So if it doesn't,
if she wants.
okay. So if you don't have to, if we don't have to recess for you to be able to jump off, then you can stay until you have to leave. Okay. Members, okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. I will now entertain a motion to convene an executive meeting in accordance with section 92-5A4 Hawaii Revised Statutes to consult with legal counsel on questions and issues pertaining to the powers, duties, and privileges, immunities, and liabilities of the county, the council, and the committee, and section 92-5A8 Hawaii Revised Statutes to deliberate or make a decision upon a matter that requires the consideration of information that must be kept confidential pursuant to a state or federal law or a court order. Motion by Vice Chair Hodgins, seconded by Member Paulton.
Discussion.
Any discussion? Yes. Member
I'm
Paulton.
not sure if it's an open session question, but you said that is it Miss Lane?
Bellin,
Lane, Bellin, last name is Bellin.
Oh, Miss Bellin or Mr.
Miss.
Mason. Bellin was also being law as well. Is that in her personal capacity, or she's not have to get a personal lawyer because it was in her county capacity?
in open session, I can say that, I believe she's being sued in her individual capacity.
Oh, okay.
Well, the distinction wasn't made.
Oh,
The distinction wasn't made.
Okay.
But I can discuss that in closed session.
That was my only open session that I thought.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the vote now.
Okay. Any other deliberation before we call for the question? Seeing none, all in favor of going into executive session? Please raise your hand.
Chair, I'm seeing 7 ayes, 0 noes to excuse member Sinanci and Sugiyama. Motion passes.
Thank you. For the record, the following personnel will be in attending the executive session: myself, committee chair, Kaunai Batunga, committee vice chair, Nohelani Hodgins, councilmember Tom Cook, councilmember Gabe Johnson, council chair Alice Lee, councilmember Tamara Paulton, councilmember Keani Rollins Fernandez. From Office of Council Services, we have Peter Hanano, legislative attorney, Maria Leon, committee secretary, and Josh Eddington, legislative analyst. And then, Mr. Colby, can you state who from the administration will be attending?
From the Department of Corporation Counsel, Thomas Colby, Glenn Pasquale, and Abby Vogt, all deputies.
And then we have Director Pat McCall from
Yes,
Parks and Recreation.
we'd ask the director to be here too.
Great. Okay. At this time, the chair would like to call for a 2-minute recess until 4:28 p.m. We will convene in an executive meeting. This meeting of the Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee is now in recess. Will this great committee meeting please come back to order? The time is now 4:52 p.m. Members, we just adjourned an executive meeting to discuss Resolution 26-122. Mr. Hanano, can you please give the report pursuant to HRS 92-4?
Yes, Chair. Your Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee met in executive session on Resolution 26-122, discussed with its attorney, settlement resolution and settlement efforts to date, damages alleged in the case, strengths and weaknesses of the claims alleged, and advice related to the county's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Hanano. Members, at this time, I would now like to entertain a motion to recommend adoption of Resolution 26-122, including any non-substantive revisions.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so I got a motion by Vice Chair Uhajin and a second by Councilmember Cook. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Chair, that's 7 ayes, 0 noes, 2 excused members, Sukimura and Senetsi. Motion passes.
Thank you, members. All right. That concludes the Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee meeting. Thank you very much. I appreciate your patience. I know we ran a little long today, but good deliberations, and I appreciate your thought and your time. The time is now 4:53 p.m. This great committee meeting is adjourned.
Good job, Chair.